Hi, everybody. Welcome to This Week in Falmouth. I am Michael.
I'm Susan.
Here we are into October.
October, can you believe it, October?
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Maura was saying today it was the fastest September ever for her.
Yeah,
A lot of people feel that way.
It felt very fast. Yeah, it felt very fast. We're going to start out with Falmouth Public Library. They're having open writing sessions Friday, October 3rd through Tuesday, October 21st. Whether you're a professional writer or a hobbyist, they invite you to join them the first Friday of every month, and they'll offer a shared space for you to write where you can connect with fellow writers, collaborate, or work independently in a supportive community.
Excellent.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. There are several costume sales going on now. Of course, the time,
Yeah.
This is the time to get your Halloween costume.
Spooky or not.
We're going to start out with the College Light Opera. They're having their costume sale all this weekend, October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. At the Lucas Hall, Chappaquiddick Road, they have glittering gowns and vintage finds. This is their biggest costume sale
Pirates
ever.
of Penzance this year, so there might be some pirate stuff in there.
Their biggest costume ever, a sale ever in time for Halloween.
Great.
So, yeah, College Light Opera.
Every year we go.
Do you?
Yeah, we get something.
I have never gone yet.
Oh, it's awesome.
It just
some great
sounds
stuff.
cool.
You should go check it out.
Yeah.
You got to go early, so it goes fast.
Because I bet it does.
Yeah, it
Yeah, what a
does.
cool
Yeah, it does.
thing, actually. It's not over till it's over. Senior softball tournament.
I was just thinking about the Red Sox and the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, this is the Cape Codgers. Saturday, October 4th through Sunday, October 5th, the Cape Codgers Senior Softball League. This is its inaugural fall senior softball tournament.
Wow.
Come to Falmouth, Mass. for a weekend of great softball. Enjoy the beauty of Cape Cod in the fall, and it is beautiful.
Sure is.
Play the last Northeast tournament before the winter months. It is open to any teams that are rated AAA or below, with 3 divisions, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and limited space. And there's all kinds of information on who qualifies, how you qualify, all that
Very
kind
cool.
of stuff. So check our website, falmouthchamber.com. The event calendar, there's usually a link that leads you to being able to sign up for things, or go to their website, Cape Codgers.
Okay.
Yeah. Falmouth Residents Fall Clothing and Textile Collection. This takes place this weekend, October 4th to 5th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. over in front of the Gus Canty. It's a self-serve drop-off event, but if you do require assistance, someone will be there staffing it on Saturday, 9 to 12. Yeah. There's a list of accepted items and information available. Again, check our website, falmouthchamber.com, for the links, including information on where the long-term drop boxes are, because there are locations throughout town where you can drop your textiles. And all the items must be dry and bagged.
That would make sense.
There it is, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cahoon Museum of American Art, they're having their fall open house on Saturday, October 4th from 10 to 4 over at the Cahoon Museum of American Art, which is right on Route 28 in Catuit. The doors are open for a free fun day with a reception for trade signs and pressing editions, family fun activities, and more. There will be a hands-on screen printing project from 10 to 12, led by exhibiting artist Nina Montejano. Stroll through the galleries, meet the artists, fellow art lovers, and enjoy light refreshments.
Very
yeah,
nice.
Cahoon.
Nice place to be in the
Nice
Beautiful
place to
setting
be.
there.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of these things nice for the autumn.
Great.
Yeah. Falmouth Theater Guild, they're having their costume and vintage clothing sale on Saturday, October 4th from 10 to 2 at the Theater Guild up at Highfield Theater up on the hill. Price to sell: gowns, furs, shoes, purses, children's costumes, military, hats, jewelry, vintage sewing patterns. Reuse, refresh, rediscover, shop sustainable, and save. Falmouth Theater Guild.
You can find something cool for Halloween in one of those two places.
Or even not Halloween, just something
true.
cool.
That's right.
On Saturday, October 4th, Highfield Hall on the Hill is having their open house in Wampanoag Cultural Celebration. All ages. It's a free admission to Highfield Hall for this community event. It's filled with engaging activities for all ages, educational panels highlighting Wampanoag whaling traditions, shop authentic handmade goods from native vendors, and enjoy a story walk featuring Powwow Day.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Falmouth Public Library is having a meeting of their narrative nonfiction book club on Saturday, October 4th, from 11 to noon. They are discussing the Astronaut Wives Club. So this was as America's Mercury 7 astronauts were launched on their death-defying missions, and they were death-defying at the time. The television cameras focused on the brave smiles of the young wives, and overnight these women were transformed from military spouses into American royalty. So this is the real story of the women who stood beside some of the biggest heroes in American history at the time. I mean, I think you lived through the launches of the Mercury 7. It was a big deal.
I was alive. I was.
Yeah.
I was very small, but I remember them. Yes.
And I was small, but I
Yeah,
really
I do
remember
them.
it.
Yes.
I felt very engaged with the whole astronauts and everything.
Did you want to be an astronaut when you were a
I
kid?
actually did.
You did.
yeah,
I could
this is-
see you up there in space.
I've actually been. I have a fond feeling for
There's
space.
some opportunities now, so
There
you
are
never
now.
know.
There weren't then, so it was not a realistic desire
Yeah.
then. It was just one of those. Oh, wow, wouldn't it be cool to be an astronaut?
Yeah,
Anyway,
Lost in space.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I was always a space fanatic. Shuck ALS, oysters, drinks, and dancing. This is a fundraiser for the Compassionate Care ALS. It takes place at the Cape Playhouse Lawn in Dennis. It's an oyster fest founded by the Lambton family in 2023 that is dedicated to uniting their love of seafood, music, and philanthropy. The general admission ticket will give you access to oysters, raw bar, drinks, an additional food truck will be in attendance for those who prefer something a little different. And as the sun sets, they'll have a live band, and they'll have a silent auction. And again, this is all supporting Compassionate Care ALS.
Great, worthy organization.
Great,
Awesome.
yeah. Woods Hole Film Festival Dinner and a Movie continues with Unfinished Business on Saturday, October 4th at 7 o'clock. This is at the Redfield Auditorium in Woods Hole, right there on Water Street. A gripping, character-driven political drama about a veteran reporter's quest to expose the truth behind a legendary politician's reign on Beacon Hill. Set against the backdrops of 1980s Boston and current-day Martha's Vineyard, it's a tale of political power, personal redemption, and the price of blind ambition.
Wow.
Unfinished business.
Well, sounds very apropos.
Sounds
And
exhausting.
yeah, it sounds exhausting. It does. Yes. All right.
Anyway, the 18th annual Watershed Watershed Ride takes place this Sunday, October 5th. Starts out of New Bedford. There's a 175 and a 35-mile route options to support the Buzzards Bay, Save Buzzards Bay community. Yep. I don't know if there's, at this point, if there's still openings in being able to register, but check it out.
Check it out. You never know.
If you're
Might
interested,
be
check
able
it
to.
out. Yeah.
That's great.
The 9th annual Curran Murray Tour de Falmouth ride takes place on Sunday, October 5th at 8 o'clock and leaves out of Surf Drive Beach and ends up there. Parking is available
Goes
on
right around,
site,
is
goes
that
right
the big
around, yep. Raises funds for the Falmouth Homeless Prevention Program
Nice.
through sponsorships and registration. So that's the 9th annual Curran Murray Tour de Falmouth. Highfield Hall, up on the hill, presents Michelle Wilson and the Evil Gal Festival Orchestra in concert.
All right.
So it's a
Evil gal, huh?
Evil Gal. So it's a collaboration between Highfield Hall and Falmouth Jazz on Sunday, October 5th, 3 to 5 p.m. at Highfield Hall. Powerhouse blues singer Michelle Wilson and the Evil Gal Festival Orchestra will rock the tent at Highfield.
Fun.
Known to blues lovers around the world as Evil Gal and acknowledged by aficionados of jazz and blues as a passionate and gifted performer, band leader, and songwriter.
Nice.
She's been, this is like a annual thing. She's been there for a few years. She's very
Excellent.
popular.
Great.
Yeah,
A lot of
Michelle
fun.
Wilson. The Woods Hole Film Festival is presenting The Librarians on Sunday, October 5th. This is continuing their Best of the Fest at the Catuit Center for the Arts. This 3-night screening event features 2 feature films and 1 shorts program. This is their residency at the Catuit Center for the Arts. They are featuring on October 5th The Librarians, which is a feature documentary by Kim Snyder. An unprecedented wave of book banning is sparked in Texas, Florida, and beyond. Librarians under siege join forces as unlikely defenders fighting for intellectual freedom on the front lines of democracy. Called a different kind of superhero movie, The Hollywood Reporter, by The Hollywood Reporter, The Librarians champions the freedom of literacy and proves that librarians do save lives. So the librarians, yeah. Who knew?
Excuse me.
The Falmouth Garden Club is presenting the Mashpee Wampanoag Culture Keeper on Monday, October 6th at 9 a.m. at the First Congregational Church. That's the White Church near the Village Green in downtown Falmouth. They are honoring Indigenous Peoples Month. Wampanoag history, Kitty Hendricks from the tribe will be their speaker.
Excellent.
Yep. Falmouth Together Memory Cafe, Monday, October 6th, 1 to 2 p.m. This takes place at the East Falmouth Public Library branch, right there in East Falmouth. The Falmouth Together Memory Cafe is a welcoming place for people living with memory concerns and their families or care companions. It meets on the second Monday of every month at the East Falmouth branch. Join them for guest artists. They will have coffee and refreshments. And so that's interesting.
Easy enough to find?
Easy enough to find, right there on Route 28 in East Falmouth. Noted immigrant rights author and activist is to visit Woods Hole on Monday, October 6th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Woods Hole Public Library. Award-winning author, podcaster, and immigration rights activist Sarah Toll will read from the latest edition of her book and lead a panel discussion. The presentation, How Immigration Became Weaponized to Drive U.S. Democracy into Crisis, and What You Can Do to Help Reviews, Resist, and Reclaim Human Rights. I think that is the longest title I've ever read. Will be followed by a
trying to get a lot out. You're trying to cover a lot of ground.
Covers a lot of ground, yeah.
Right. All right.
Will be followed by a discussion of how local residents can get involved to protect immigrants. Appearing with Toll will be Miriam Davidson, a Falmouth-based author and journalist who's published 3 books about sanctuary and border issues, and Travis Mapp, a school teacher and human rights activist originally from Trinidad and Tobago who serves on the board of Racial Justice Falmouth and as a member of the Barnstable County Human Rights Advisory Commission.
Great.
That's Monday, October 6th.
Excellent speaker, Travis.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Free screening of the documentary Band Together on Tuesday, October 7th at 5:30 p.m. at the Woods Hole Public Library out on Woods Hole Road.
Band Together or band?
Band as in double N-E-D. Band Together.
Okay.
This film focuses on the efforts of 3 visionary teenagers and their adult allies from Beaufort, South Carolina, who have organized to reinstate 97 books that were suddenly pulled from their school libraries.
Okay.
As they evolve from local to national activists, meeting with best-selling banned authors and politicians and constitutional experts and more, the film reveals the dark forces behind the accelerating wave of book bans and curriculum censorship in the U.S. Band Together.
Band Together, okay.
Yep. The Falmouth Public Library is airing a documentary, a screening of Secret Mall Apartment on Tuesday, October 7th, 6:30 to 8.
Talking about malls earlier.
This is an interesting story,
Yeah.
This is from executive producer Jesse Eisenberg and acclaimed director Jeremy Workman. In 2003, 8 young Rhode Islanders created a secret apartment in a hidden space inside the Providence Place Mall.
No kidding, really?
And lived in it for 4 years, filming everything along the way. They snuck in furniture, tapped into the mall's electricity, and even secretly constructed a brick wall with a locking door, smuggling in over 2 tons of cinder block. This is crazy.
This is for real?
This is for real.
How could I have not heard of this?
This is a documentary. It's crazy. I have heard of it, but I have not seen this but I've seen little clips from it. Far more than just a wild prank, the secret apartment became a deeply meaningful place for all its inhabitants, a personal expression of defiance against local gentrification, a boundary-pushing work of public-private art, and finally, a 750-square-foot space that sticks it to the man. featuring never-before-seen footage of the space and revealing the identities of all the participants for the first time.
Wow.
Secret Mall Apartment is more than just a bonkers true story.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
How many of them were there?
Tuesday, there were 8 people.
Living in 750
for
square
4
feet?
years. They lived there for 4 years.
Wow.
And they had, it was a living. I've seen the little clips, and it was like, it was a place to live. They
Wow.
had food, they had all of that, you know. Yeah,
crazy.
they created their own wall.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. Yeah. How can that be?
I don't
So that's Tuesday, October 7th,
right.
6:30
Check
to
that
8
out.
at the Falmouth Public Library. Yeah, well worth checking out, I think. And then finally, the Woods Hole Film Festival will present their Best of the Fest screenings at the Katuitt Center for the Art on Tuesday, October 7th at 7 p.m. They're presenting The Fisherman,
Best of the
which is a narrative feature by Zoe Martinson out of Ghana. A traditional Ghanaian fisherman forced into retirement teams up with a sarcastic talking fish and his Gen Z associates on a whimsical adventure to Accra, chasing their dream of owning a boat while learning to navigate the modern world.
Pretty amazing.
The
Gotta have those
Fisherman.
dreams. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great.
Falmouth Museums on the Green is presenting on Wednesday, October 8th, 4 to 5:30 p.m., Bringing Homes Full Circle. It's an engaging presentation that explores the inspiring journey of historic home preservation and how revitalizing the past can help rebuild community spirit. Co-owners Jen McDonald and Mike Lemieux bring over a decade of dedicated care and unparalleled skill to restoring and preserving antique homes across South Shore and Cape Cod.
Nice.
They combine modern functionality with a deep respect for historical craftsmanship, and their work was widely recognized through the HGTV series Houses with History.
Oh, great.
Yeah, sounds interesting, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Cape Cod Community College, they continue their Cape Cod Horticultural Lecture Series with basic plant and fruit anatomy of the good, the bad, and the ugly of the plant world.
Ooh, there's a lot of ugly plants. Yeah, there are.
October 8th through November 1st on Wednesdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
Ever wonder what really goes on inside a plant? Or why some sweet fruits delight while others can be deadly traps? Join us for a lively and eye-opening seminar that digs into the fascinating world of basic plant and fruit anatomy and uncovers the surprising truths about the heroes, villains, and misfits of the plant kingdom.
Wow.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And then finally, we have Cut the Cord at the Falmouth Public Library, Thursday, October 9th from 1 to 3. A great way to save money, hard to know where to start. If you're thinking about canceling your cable service, this class is for you. Sarah Canning from Gadgets Made Easy will walk you through the process of cutting the cord from choosing an alternative to canceling your cable service. Interesting.
Which I think a lot of people are doing these days.
I think that is happening between TV and also phone, cutting the cord.
Oh, well.
Well,
That's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah, it is. The Falmouth Art Center is presenting The Eye, My Eye, an art talk by Woods Hole artist David Bruce on Thursday, October 9th at 4 o'clock. He will be sharing photographs of paintings and places, things his eye has picked up on along the way. He has an interest in sharing his life experiences, most recently in the Middle East, through photos, paintings, prints, and to introduce discussion on how he's dealt with the tricky trait of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder through this process of photographing. The Eye, My Eye. And lastly, Falmouth Museums on the Green, Thursday, October 9th at 6 p.m. is presenting Superstition and the Strange, an autumnal tour of the 1790 Dr. Francis Wicks house. We're in that
I love that spooky
period.
time.
Yeah,
It's
spooky
so
time.
great.
The approach of the night has been humankind's oldest and most haunting torment. After nightfall, all is much quieter. We fear what we do not even take note of during the day: the cold wind shaking the bones of the house, the furtive night bugs and unseen creatures in bramble, the somber call of an owl perched just beyond the
Wow.
window, the creak and groan of age-old floorboards as if trodden by feet of the long since dead. Learn about the
Wow.
macabre
That
tales.
sets the
Isn't that
table,
cool?
doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
does. Learn about the macabre tales and superstitions that held sway over the 18th and 19th century mind to find out what people were actually afraid
Still
of.
going on now, I think, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
While all of the stories will be true and researched, you will uncover that sometimes fact is stranger than fiction.
That's amazing. Wow.
That's
Well,
it.
there's so much going
Isn't
on.
that a wide variety? It's
It's a
just
wide
like
variety,
from here to
some
there.
very cool
Yeah,
stuff. So,
yeah.
yeah, and then of course just keep checking the website and
And there are things we haven't talked about. There are ongoing exhibits. There's a lot going on. It's a
going on.
very active website
yeah,
right now.
and enjoy the weather. Get out there
Oh,
and enjoy
yeah.
the bike path, the beaches, all that Falmouth has to offer.
All
So,
of it. Yep. Enjoy the week.
make it a great week.